Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy! Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
And you know what time it is. It's Tuesday, and we're about to run back week 6 of NFL football. Every game, every injury, everything we think we should talk about. Are you excited over yonder?
Oh yeah, man, I'm built for it, man.
You're built for it tough, brother.
I'm built like a polar bear and a station wagon.
I'm going to tell you something, man. I watched a video of two gorillas fighting right before this, so I'm pretty amplified.
Oh, so you're looking for that danger mode.
Yeah, I'm looking like I'm taking down, the opponent.
Yeah, man, let's get into it, man. What's up first?
Yo, let's dive right into this. A Thursday night matchup.
Okay. That's the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28, the Philadelphia Eagles 22. Let's get into the stats for the Bucks. Tom Brady, 34 of 42, 297, 2 touchdowns, a pick. Thursday night Lenny, man, 22 carries, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, 13 targets, 9 catches, 93 yards, and a tut. O.J. Howard sighting, 7 targets, 6 catches, 49 yards, a touchdown. Lenny through the air. 6 targets, 6 catches, 46 yards. Chris Godwin, 5 targets, 5 catches, 43 yards. Ooh, Mike Evans, 4 targets, 2 catches, 27 yards.
So, getting out of this game, we see Antonio Brown continue to put up those numbers, man.
Yeah, he's looking like prime in tone.
He's kind of emerging as that go-to option for Mr. Tom. Terrific.
Yeah, he's just one of those wide receivers that you have to love to be a quarterback for,
He's always open.
He's always open.
Big playability.
I just don't like after his first catch how he celebrates. Like it's the first catch of the game. It's like a 7-yard game. He's throwing the ball down, yelling.
Yeah. I mean,
you think it's a mental thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
To get him hyped up?
100%.
Oh, no. It makes sense. It like hypes him up and it hypes up the team.
Exactly.
Like, Antonio just got 7, man. We're on the roll.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, and I think Leonard Fournette is solidifying this backfield. He is a really hard guy to bring down with just one dude. His catching ability, his running ability, goal line, hard to stop. This team is just really well-rounded. They kind of took their foot off the gas on the Eagles in the second half. I guess the Eagles' defense started to stiffen up. But we'll go to the Eagles now. Jalen Hurts. This hurts me to say. 12, 26, 115 yards. A passing touchdown, a pick. Miles Sanders, 9 carries, 56 yards. Jalen Hurts, 10 carries, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns. Quez Watkins, 5 targets, 3 catches, 44 yards. Devontae Smith, 4 targets, 2 catches, 31 yards. Zach Ertz last game as an Eagle, 6 targets, 4 catches, 29 yards, 1 touchdown. Nice to send him off with a touchdown. Miles Sanders had 2 catches and 10 yards. I'll let you lead this one off, man. It's your team. I want to hear your opinion, what's going on, what's your thoughts, concerns.
Yeah, first I'd like to touch on the Zach Ertz stuff.
Yes, that's a big deal.
He's been one of the greatest Philadelphia Eagles of all time, really. I mean, statistically, the better tight end in their franchise, won a Super Bowl. Was one of the top tight ends in the NFL for a good 5 years. Him and Kelsey kind of been the guys, but he loved Philly, man. He loved being on the Eagles. He was very sad. He said he cried for an hour after the game when they gave him the news. Like, as much as people hate on the Phillies fans, as much as they are dirty, as much as they are ferocious, he gave a better side of the Eagles fans. They forced him to become a better player because of how hard they are, what they expect. I think out of his words, it made him a better person, a better player, and he really appreciated that. So we'll miss you, Zach Ertz. We'll hope you can succeed over there in Arizona. A much better team. Maybe you can get yourself another ring, man. But shout out to Zach Ertz, man. Definitely looking forward to your Cardinals career. So get that out of the way. But Jalen Hurts isn't the problem. He had a bad game. He wasn't very accurate. He missed a lot of throws. But he's kind of getting set up to fail. He's kind of getting set up to have to carry so much of this team with them not having a rushing game. That's huge. It's a huge deal. They come into the game within the first quarter. They're already abandoning the run game, not getting anything established on the ground. But in this game especially, every time Miles Sanders had the ball, he was, he had some decent runs, 23-yard run, averaging 6 yards a carry on his 9 attempts. It's just strange to me. I don't think I've ever really seen anything quite like this, and just too much pressure on Jalen Hurts. As a young quarterback, and having to do so much, and even the offense isn't really designed very well either. But I don't know. Nick Sirianni's giving me some question marks, and hopefully we see some more Miles Sanders down the line for the Eagles.
Yeah, I would agree. It's very puzzling on why they abandoned the run game. I think this offense should be revolve around running the RPO, and then use that to their advantage. Play action for Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert. It seems like they're just going to the air too early and just. I mean, Miles looked fine when he got his run, but yeah, I would have to agree on that. As far as fantasy goes, is Miles still a viable option for you?
Yeah. I mean, he is. I mean, I'm concerned. Probably only playing him in great matchups right now, but I mean, there has to be a point where they start running the ball. There has to be. There's no way they can just. I mean, all they're doing is RPOs, but he's not giving it to Sanders and stuff. I don't know if it's designed for Hurts to keep it. I mean, Hurts had one more rushing attempt than Miles Sanders. We don't ever see that. I mean, maybe Lamar Jackson. But you just don't see your quarterback having more attempts than your running back. And it's an issue for the offense. But for Sanders, I think he'll be all right.
Devontae Smith?
What about him?
You think he's still fired up in fantasy?
Yeah, I mean, you got to. This was a tough matchup against Tampa Bay. I know they've been dealing with injuries and stuff. But the Eagles really just couldn't get anything going. On offense, moving the ball and everything. It was kind of a struggle bus in this game. But, I mean, we've seen Devontae Smith put up big numbers already in his young career. I think he's just fine. You can't expect, big weeks every week in this offense. But, yeah, he'll be fine. I mean, at the end of the year, I think we look back, maybe he has 800, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. He has a good year, and he's definitely, worth having in fantasy.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Has the thought of Gardner Minshew crossed your mind?
No, not at all. They were talking about it today at Joe Flacco. Oh, do they need to sit Jalen Hurts for Joe Flacco? That doesn't make any sense. You're already not a very good team. We already know what Joe Flacco is. Jalen Hurts gives you something. You got to give him the whole year. Let him play the whole season so you can figure out what type of guy he is. Can he be the leader of this team? Can he be the franchise QB? And just going to Flacco, going to Minshew would be the worst, horrible idea in my opinion. I think they just ride Hurts, whether they be good or bad, just to figure out what they got. And like I said, it's not Jalen Hurts. We've seen flashes of Jalen Hurts. He's had almost 400-yard games passing. He's a great rushing quarterback. It's just they need to find ways to make him succeed, man. They're putting way too much on him.
I like Jalen Hurts. However, I question his accuracy. That's the only thing I'll say. But I agree with you. I think they should just ride him out, man. See what they got cooking. All right. You going to go to the next game?
Yeah, next game, man. We got another London.
Oh, Brady!
Going over to them London, man.
Oik.
Looks to be the answer for Jacksonville.
Oh, man, a hot cup of tea and a cup of joe.
We'll find out if Trevor Lawrence is actually a man or a woman in this one.
I hope so.
Jacksonville 23, Skid Row Dolphins 20.
Oh, hey, vey. Skid Row takes on London, man.
We'll go on over to the losing team with the Dolphins, man. We see Tua Tagovailoa back in the game. 33 of 47, 329 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. I actually didn't realize he had that many passing yards because it didn't seem like it, but he put up a nice game. Malcolm Brown, 5 carries, 24 yards. Myles Gaskin, 5 carries, 9 yards and a fumble. Mike Gesicki led the way in this game for them. 9 targets, 8 catches, 115 yards. He was making some great catches. Jalen Waddle, 13 targets, 10 catches, 70 yards, 2 scores. Wow. Breakout game, man. Mac Hollins, 5 targets, 4 catches, 61 yards. A lot going on, a lot of passing for this Dolphins team.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Tua looked fine.
Tua looked good, man.
I think the game was lost by Brian Flores and that coaching stuff. That was one of the worst coach games I've seen.
I like that, yeah.
But I'm not saying Urban Meyer like outcoached them because Urban Meyer had some mistakes too. But this, I feel bad for the Miami Dolphins fans after having 10 wins last season, and you expect to grow upon that, wouldn't you think? And
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're down in Skid Row. You're fighting for a place to sleep. You're fighting for a place to poop. You're just trying to, survive now. It's Skid Row Dolphins. I think that was a very good way to describe this team. But it was a good game, It was exciting. It was thrilling. It was very poor coaching, I think, on both sides. But Tua looked fine. They have real trouble with the running game and tend to abandon it. It was good to see Gesicki, get his. And Jalen Waddle, he seems to be just like a short yardage, kind of short to medium routes kind of guy. Didn't we think coming out he was like a big play, going deep guy? But he's had games where he's had 12 receptions for 30 yards, 12 receptions for 50 yards or something. Like he seems to be that kind of guy, like the short. I guess because they have Will Fuller and Devontae Parker and Patrick Williams. Or has he always been like the short dude? The short route, like the Wes Walker.
No, he's been the deep guy. It's just that's just the role that they have him playing. I guess their offense is different because they use like Gesicki. They'll use more down the field. Like normally tight ends are kind of your security blanket around this line of scrimmage, but he's more vertical down the field, and they use Waddle like underneath, short intermediate. Just because he's so electric, he's so quick and fast that if you get it to him short, he can get you an extra 10 yards or whatever. But we have yet to see, that big, long touchdown that we used to seeing him, doing at Alabama. He'd take one of those crossers and take it 70 yards.
Yeah.
And, even deep balls and stuff. We don't really see that. But that's the role they got for him, and he's succeeding. 2 touchdowns. I know 7 yards a catch isn't great or anything like that, but it's just what they got for him, man.
Are you pulling the plug on Myles Gaskin?
I think I am. I think.
Oh, no, that's there.
As much as I don't want to, I think he's easily their best running back right now. He's a great receiving back, but there's going to be a change. The Miami Dolphins are going to trade for Ronald Jones.
I'd like to see that, actually.
I was thinking Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt got hurt. Thinking Marlon Mack, but I think they're probably the most interested in Ronald Jones, just because I think he's going to be available. He's an early down back. You can still use Gaskin. But they just need a better back than Malcolm Brown and probably a better in-between the tackles guy than Gaskin. I think Ronald Jones is their answer, and I think they do make a move. Bring in Ronald Jones, and they start trying to do some more work on the ground. But for Tua's going to be a good player. Tua's going to be a really good NFL player. He does little things that people wouldn't notice, but the way he moves defenders, like he'll focus over here but then he'll turn and he'll make the throw to the right side of the field, but his legs and his eyes are on the left side of the field. It's the little things that I would notice that Tua does a lot. And to me, that'll make him like a really, really solid NFL player. I mean, he looked good, 33 of 47. But he's got to play. He's just got to play, get used to the NFL, get experience. And I think he's going to be good. I think he's fine. Let's move on to Jacksonville.
Alrighty.
Trevor Lawrence.
Ooh.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, they pulled out first win, snapping their 20-game losing streak.
What was the score?
23-20.
Beautiful.
25 of 44, 319 yards, 1 touchdown for Trevor Lawrence. James Robinson, 17 of 73, 1 touchdown. Marvin Jones leading the way, 10 targets, 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Jamal Agnew, 6 targets, 5 catches, 78 yards. Laviska Shenault, 10 targets, 6 catches, 54 yards, a couple drops. James Robinson, 4 targets, 3 catches, 28. Yeah, man, what do you think about Jacksonville after this one?
I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy. Urban Meyer was trying to lose this game. Instead of taking points at the very end of the game to kick a field goal, they decided to go for it and not get it. I was like, okay, Urban's really trying to sabotage the Jacksonville Jaguars right now and go to LSU or USC. But that kicker, man, shout out to him, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Matthew
Right. He was a software engineer a month ago, and now he's kicking game winners and breaking a 20-game losing streak for the Jags. So shout out to that guy, man. I'm sure you're good at typing on them keys, and you're good at kicking them field goals, man. I'm proud of you. I want to say this. Trevor Lawrence is learning very quickly. He's gotten better. I mean, he had that, first 3 weeks he was pretty bad. But I was seeing some signs of maturity in this game. A lot of time he was scrambling out to the right. I think it was a third down, maybe a second down. But, the plays where everyone's on the sideline, you kind of throw it in there, try to fit it in there, make a big play like you could in college. Well, he threw it away, man. And those were plays he was making the first 3 weeks, trying to force it in there and getting picked. So he's learning. I think he's one of those guys, man. Learns quick. He was efficient. He has good weapons. He's got a good running back. I like this little team, man. Over in Duval, Florida, man. And you boys better not move them over to London. Because you'll be hearing from me.
They got to, man. They got to, man.
Man, who wants to travel to London every week?
London's the answer for Jacksonville, man.
Who's going to want to play in London?
They're 4-4 all time in London.
Yeah, but what's the record in Jacksonville?
Probably 38-11.
That's really good.
Teen.
But keep them in Duval, Florida, man.
They're garbage there, though.
We got some gang relations out there, and if you take away their football team, imagine what kind of bloodshed's gonna happen, man. There's gonna be riots. There's gonna be street violence. There's gonna be political polygamy. So it's gonna be real sketchy. So keep them in Duval, Florida. They won 1 game. Who knows? They might win 2. Oh, but to keep continuing. James Robinson's a stud muffin, man. Shouts out to you. Hey, Marvin's Bones Jones. He's back, man. He's looking good. 10 targets.
He's back, man.
He's looking real good. If you sat him this week, shame on you. I did. Sorry. He looks good. I think, last week was a little bit of a letdown for Marvin Jones owner. But I think this is what you can look forward to moving forward. Even Laviska had 10 targets, but, man, that guy was dropping balls left and right. What about this Agnew guy? Is he something you're looking at, sniffing out, and seeing what's going on?
No, he's not.
He's a quick little sucker, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he's a little one.
What about Dirty Dan?
No. I mean, I have him in a 16-team league, but, no.
He's probably one of your best players in there, huh?
No, not even close. One of my worst.
Thank you for sharing that. You got anything on the Jags?
No, they stink. They had a good win.
Can I bring something else up?
It saved Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer didn't even look excited.
Yeah, he's excited, man.
Nah, he didn't smile. He looked just relieved, but not ecstatic like a coach first NFL win. Like, it's very strange. I think
Mm, Urban Meyer does this thing where he tries to put on like a professional face.
he wasn't looking very professional in the club over yonder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he does this portray of, oh, I'm professional. I'm serious. This is serious. But then there's all these things going on behind the scenes where he's dipping and diving. You know.
He sure is dipping and diving around them bars in
So,
Ohio, man.
I wouldn't trust him. I don't trust him. But I'm glad Trevor Lawrence trusts him, and they're able to pull this one out, man. Tottenham
Trevor Lawrence got a
Hotspurs.
long head.
All right, let's move on.
All right, then. Ooh, this is a dandy of a whale of a game.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Chargers against the Baltimore Ravens. We thought it was going to be a shootout back and forth. Here we go, Jimmy that, Jimmy this. However, the Baltimore Ravens take the cake. 34-6, butt whooping. Open up a can of whoop butt on them boys and never turn back. Let's get into these stats, man. They might surprise you a little bit.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Yeah, wear it on there. Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert, 22 of 39, 195 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Oh, ground game. Leading rusher was Justin Herbert with 12 yards. Austin Eckler, 6 carries for 7 yards. Receiving, Keenan Allen, 5 targets, 5 receptions, 50 yards. Austin Eckler, 7 targets, 4 catches, 48 yards. Mike Williams, 2 catches, 27. Jared Cook, 7 targets, 25 yards, and a touchdown. It was a rough week for the Chargers, I'll tell you that. I know they've been having a lot of luck on going for it on fourth down the past few games, but this game it did not work out, and it bit them in the butt.
Yeah, they got dominated in this game all the way around. The time of possession was 38-21 in favor of Baltimore. They only had 26 rushing yards total in this game for the Chargers. It was just an ugly showing, man. This was the Chargers team coming in here red hot. Justin Herbert's hair started turning on fire. But now they just dropped a little bucket of water on his head, cooled him down a little bit, and it stalled out the Chargers. They just couldn't push the ball. Baltimore was handling it very well defensively. And we'll see if they can bounce back. I would bet on it. It's a great team. It's just one of those performances, where they just get overmatched, overpowered. And it happens, so I'm not too concerned. It's just a difficult matchup, playing in Baltimore. And we'll see. We'll see what they look like next week.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it either. I'm not going to go over and play Red Rover about it, you know what I mean? I'm not going to jump off the monkey bars on this one.
Get Keenan Allen a little more involved, man.
I've been saying that, man. People are already... Well, Mike Williams is number one. Would you...
No, I disagree.
I want to thank you. I disagree Vietnamesely.
Okay.
Vietnamese. I don't know how to say it, but I agree 100% because Keenan Allen's that dude, man. It's just Mike Williams is a big target, and he seems to come down with a lot of. But Herbert's not giving that ball to Keenan enough, man. If you ask me, you got to force feed that boy, and he'll get you the win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we need to see 10 to 15 targets every game. Doesn't matter the matchup. And his targets are so shallow, man. We need to push it down the field, man. Get him on a post route, a post corner route. Get him something down the field a little more. Too much of these 5 for 50, 6 for 50 type of games, man. We need to see more of him down the field. Yeah, I know he's a great route runner. I know he's got great hands. But you got to showcase it a little bit, man. Yeah, he's reliable. You want him to be comfortable down there, but showcase him out. Get him some targets. This is your best receiver, your best offensive player. And Mike Williams is a great player. Nothing against him. He's had a great season. But he's more of he's a prototypical X guy. You can throw him the ball, deep. He's a big guy. He's fast. But Keenan Allen's the guy, and make it happen.
Thank you. Let's go to the Baltimore Ravens.
Shall we?
Lamar Jackson, 19 to 27, 167 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. And here comes the revolving door of a backfield. Devontae Freeman, 9 carries, 53 yards, a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 8 carries, 51 yards. Latavius Murray, 9 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, 8 carries, 18 yards, and a touchdown. Sheesh, I don't like that necessarily. Receiving,
Ugly.
Mark Andrews, 6 targets, 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Marquise Hollywood Brown, 5 targets, 4 catches, 35 yards. Rashad Bateman, he's here and he's in the flesh. 6 targets, 4 receptions, 29 yards. You know, they didn't have to move the ball very far because the Chargers kept going for it on 4th down in their own territory. So, you know, they used that ground game and they shared the wealth, man. They got Le'Veon, who can barely run the ball anymore. Averaged 2.3 yards a carry. Got his little touchdown so he can sit on the bench for the rest of the year because he got his little ball that he can keep. You know, this isn't. I hate how they do this kind of. What is it? You know, charity work, man. These guys are. Devontae Freeman actually looked pretty good. Latavius looks all right. Le'Veon looks like he's past his little jargon point. So. You know, the Ravens are a good team. They won. Shouts out to Baltimore and the Wire.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens had 87 rushing yards, 27 first downs, ton of first downs. They just were able to, you know, run all over, do what they got to do. And they just kept the ball away from Herbert. They did a really good job. Shout out to Sean Elliott, safety from the University of Texas. He had himself a heck of a game. He had a sack, a pick, 2 pass deflections, 3 tackles. Even with all the injuries, this Ravens team might be as good as the 2019 team. The team that won 14 games, made it to the AFC Championship.
I think that's all because of Lamar.
I think Lamar's having one of them, you know, MVP races.
Yeah, I think he's...
Not in this game, but, you know, he's been doing his thing.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, next up. Ooh, we're going with the Cats and the Lions.
Yeah.
The Cat match. Cincinnati Bengals 34, Detroit Lions 11. We're hoping that Detroit could get on track in this game. Just didn't happen. So we'll go over to Detroit. We'll go over to Jared Goff. 28 of 42, 202 yards and a pick. DeAndre Swift, 13 carries, 24 yards, a touchdown. Jamal Williams, 4 carries, 11 yards. TJ Hawkinson trying to get back in that saddle. 11 targets, 8 catches, 74 yards. Swift, 7 targets, 5 catches, 43 yards. Khalif Raymond, 7 targets, 6 catches, 37 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 targets, 5 catches, 26.
Yeah, I think I can point out a problem for the Lions. It's Jared Goff, man. Who's their backup?
Stink.
Well, I think a stink is better than a shart, if you ask me. You know, the Lions were bound to have one of these games where they just let it go, man, because, you know, they're not the most talented. They've been fighting so dang hard, tooth and nail, for the past couple weeks, trying to get one of them W's. In this one, they just didn't have it, man. Dan Campbell didn't get the Red Bull and banana memo. He didn't get his shirt off. Nothing happened. They couldn't get anything going the whole day. But I don't want to take away from the Bengals either. I think the Bengals are a pretty good team, man.
Yeah, the Bengals are all right, man. Who would have known we'd be in a world where the Bengals are fighting for first place in the AFC North, man, one of the better divisions. 4-2, heading over to Baltimore next week. Huge match for the two of those teams. But like you said, man, yeah, Cincinnati's defense has been huge this year so far. I know it's Detroit, but they made them look like Detroit in this game, you know. So,
as good teams do, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's a good team they have over there, man. So we'll head on over to the Bengals. Not much to say about Detroit. I want to see them get their first win though. Joe Burrow, 19 of 29, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick. Joe Mixon back, 18 carries, 94 yards, and a fumble loss. We see Jamar Chase back at it, 6 targets, 4 catches, 97 yards. Joe Mixon through the air, 6 targets, 5 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Evans, 3 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. And then T. Higgins, 7 targets, 3 catches, 44 yards.
Where's Tyler?
He had 3 targets, 1 catch for 7.
Well, Jamar Chase is as advertised, man. He's a big baller. He makes the big plays. I think him and Joe Burrow have, like, what is it, the most big plays in the NFL or something? Most plays.
Most big plays. He's most air yards downfield and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so, they have a nice little nucleus going, and I really like it. I like to see the Bengals be, competitive. It's been a while. Joe Burrow's good. Joe Mixon's looking good. Jamar Chase.
Tell you what, that block, though, for Jamar Chase on that Joe Mixon receiving touchdown, not a lot of guys do that, Not a lot of guys will go up and hit somebody like that for you. And, it must be a breath of fresh air for Bengals fans seeing Jamar Chase come out here and perform after getting ridiculed for the draft pick. And he's a dog, man. He's going to be a special player.
Yeah, he's pushing people around, man. I like that, man. I like whenever you get your feet, your hands dirty, man. You just kind of, there's wide receivers that have too much pride to go down there and block someone for your running back. But you know what? Jamar Chase is a player. He's a team player. And he's going to get down there and he's going to get naughty.
Yeah, are the Bengals your surprise team so far this year, would you say? I know they're definitely one of them.
Yeah, they're definitely one of them. They're one of the teams where the record does surprise me. And how, I like their coach, too. I think they're
like
coach.
a babyface Zach Taylor?
Yeah, I think he's a good coach.
You might be about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for the Bengals, sad for the Lions. But you know what? Good teams beat bad teams, and that's what has happened that game.
Yeah, and looks like the next game as well.
Oh, here we go. The Houston Texans, home of the Texans, against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts took the cake on this one, man, 31-3.
Wow.
Oh, gosh, we have to do this again every week.
Come on, baby, I'm Texan.
Let's go to the Texans. Davis Mills, 29 of 43, 243 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Mark Ingram, 18 carries, 73 yards. Phillip Lindsay, 7 carries, 39 yards. Brandon Cooks, 13 targets, 9 catches, 89 yards. Nico's back, man. 6 targets, 4 catches, 44 yards. You know what? There ain't much to go on, man. They scored 3 points in this game. I think Tyrod's looking to make that comeback, man.
Tyrod.
Yeah.
They need him, man.
I just don't understand the Mark Ingram getting the most touches, the oldest one of them all. I don't get it. I don't understand.
He had a solid game.
He had a solid game, but who cares? Dude, he's not part of the future.
None of these guys are, man. They've been cutting Anthony Miller for Danny Amendola, man. They don't know what's going on.
Who'd they cut? Merciless?
Yeah. I mean,
what the world's going on?
Glad they did, honestly.
I think, what's his name? Easter Egg? B?
Nick Caserio?
Who's the GM, dude?
Nick Caserio, man.
Who's Easter B?
Like the president or something?
I don't know, man. They got some weird agenda going, and it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I could probably walk into a room of 1 million people and ask people to raise their hand if they're a Texans fan, and you'd probably get like half a hand. And that's it. You'd probably get one little guy like sticking his arm halfway up. Because no one cares about the Texans. If you live in Houston, you were once a Texans fan. I hope you're currently not a Texans fan. And it's going to be a few years out. I think the only guy I truly like on this team is Nico Collins. He's gonna be good, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a sad state in Houston for the Texans, man. I don't know what's going on. Um, just I guess you got to weather the storm, man. You know, some of the best teams go through rough patches, and you know what? You just got to roll with the punches. You have to take the insults, and sometimes you can make fun of yourself for it, and it'll make you feel better. You know, but yeah, that's the Texans, man, in a nutshell. Just
I'll tell you what, man, it's like the most beautiful day outside. You want to go outside and enjoy it. As soon as you open the door and you take a breath of fresh air, you sniff it in, you get some of that ranch dip. You get some of that ranch dip smell in the air, and it ruins your whole day because you're expecting it to be a beautiful day out there. Get some nice fresh air, but you get that ranch smell, man. You go right back inside.
yeah, I would compare it to like you walk into the locker room and it's like a psych ward.
Okay.
Everyone's wearing scrubs. They kind of don't know where they're at. They feel like they're getting brainwashed. Like I feel like you walk in there and they have their eyes sewn open, watching like tapes of Easterby preaching or something, like preaching like about playing hard and playing fair. Not really about X's and O's.
Yeah.
And then what's the head coach's name?
David Coley, man.
They got him in the ice bath, man.
I like him, man. I like David Coley.
He's a sweet man, but man, is he bad at his job.
Yeah, I mean, he could read me like a book to help me go to sleep.
Yeah, he
But
could.
I don't know if I'd want him as, I mean, maybe he's all right.
He could filibuster me to sleep. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to a team that actually put up some numbers.
All right.
The Colts of Indianapolis. Carson Wentz, 11 of 20, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 14 carries, 145 whopping yards, 2 touchdowns. He had an 83-yard run hidden in there. Receiving, T.Y. Hilton. He's back in business, boys. 4 targets, 4 catches, 80 yards. Paris Campbell, 1 catch. That's all that mattered. 51 yards and a touchdown. Hey, there's a gentle giant over there. He's sleeping, but you just woke him up. Mo Alley Cox, 1 catch, 28 yards and a tut. They're doing things, man. The Colts might be on a little run going on there. They might be figuring things out. Give Johnny the ball and get out of the way. T.Y., I think, got hurt again.
He did.
Man, that guy just can't, lick the side of the salt shaker without getting sick. But, yeah, you have anything you want to say on the Colts?
Yeah, I wouldn't take this game for too much. 31-3 against the Texans isn't, that's not something to clap for. I tell you what, though, getting T.Y. back was nice. He's historically absolutely crushed the Texans. But unfortunately, he did leave the game a little early. But hopefully he can get back and kind of emerge as that, primary guy as he once was in the past. Jonathan Taylor's a freak boy, man. He's one of them boys, man. He's built like that, Lucas Oil, mannequin. He's one of them big guys. I really like him a lot. I like Nyheim Hines, too. We'll just have to see Carson Wentz didn't have to do anything in this game, 20 attempts, and they won by 28. Maybe that's what they need to start doing. Feed Jonathan Taylor, and then take some shots down the field like they did in this game. And it was a successful week for the Colts.
Yeah, I'd take this game with a grain of pepper.
Okay, yeah.
But, yeah, there's not much more we can add. Let's move on, man.
Yeah, let's move on over to this divisional. We got the Green Bay Packers 24, Chicago Bears 14.
Sauce.
Green Bay's coming out here, won 5 straight after that abysmal first week.
Yo, that's got Pygmy Hippo written all over it.
And they got that Aaron Rodgers trash talk off the charts. He's like, I own you, boy.
I own you, boys.
I've
That
been
is
doing
not a
it.
good term, man. You don't ever say that to another human, man. You got to keep that PT there.
We're talking about that organization.
Oh, good man.
I own
He
the
does,
Chicago
man. I think
Bears.
his record's disturbingly good.
Every year he just crushes it. Like, the Bears fans probably despise Aaron Rodgers. Like, that dude just comes in. He just, he puts his legs on all fours. He just scoots across the field, man. Front side down.
That's good.
That's what he does, man. He's all about that discount double check all over that blue and that white and that orange.
Yo, he's waving that hair back and forth.
He probably, instead of discount doubles, he probably doubles it times 2 for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just lets he's sitting cool in the shade, man.
Yeah, he's over there with the Bears, but he's got him in shackles.
You know, Aaron Rodgers is so cool right now with his hair. He's getting commercials about guitars. You know, he sat out the off season. I think one game he's gonna play in a pair of Ray-Bans, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, just, you know, instead of a visor, he's just got Ray-Bans in there.
I could see that. I could see him also coming out with like a chain around his neck and then like a cigarette.
Yeah,
like
I was
while
gonna say,
while he plays, he's just
Yeah.
like smoking a cigarette.
I can definitely see that.
His swag is off the charts, so I'll give him that. He's dripping.
Yeah, I'll say.
Aaron Rodgers in this game went 17 of 23, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wasn't called upon in this game. Aaron Jones, 13 carries, 76 yards. A.J. Dillon working out a little role, 11 carries, 59 yards. Aaron Rodgers also ran a nice little one in there. Devontae Adams, 5 targets, 4 catches, 89 yards. Aaron Jones, 4 catches, 34 yards, and a touchdown through the air. And then Allen Lazard showing up, 3 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown.
Is his first name Allen?
It's Allen, Allen.
I always thought it was Adam.
Oh, no.
Yeah, for the Packers, man, they haven't really had to rely on Aaron Rodgers' arm. I don't think he's thrown for over 300 yards. They seem pretty steady in the run game. Aaron Jones, and then have that big honker come in, A.J. Dillon, you know. Just a very well-balanced team. I think they're getting Bakhtiari back.
Ooh, yeah.
So they get someone pushing someone around on the blind side,
Get
man.
that meathead in there.
You ever seen the movie Blind Side?
I have, yeah. It's very emotional.
Yeah, Ray Charles, man.
Michael Orr, I think was his name.
I was thinking of a different movie, yeah.
You're thinking of that jazz movie that's with Jamie Foxx?
Yeah. Is it not called Blind Side?
No.
You ever seen Ray Charles' wife?
No.
Neither has he.
That's cruel and unnecessary punishment, man.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Ray Charles. You made good music. Georgia. Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, man, just relying on the run games the past few games.
Aaron Jones is I always question whether he was a good running back, but he's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I should have known that last year, but you know me, man. I hold
Yeah, absolutely.
I hold Aaron's to a higher standard than most.
He's a real one, though.
Yeah, and A.J. Dillon's a good running back.
Yeah, he does the dirty work for them. He had a little 36-yard plotter, too.
Yeah, he plotted down there.
He's not fast, but he's going to hit you real good on that.
Yeah, he's going to chug a lug, those big legs like a little leprechaun.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Do you think the Packers are good enough to be a great team?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the Aaron Rodgers game. I need to see that to know that it's still in there.
It's coming this week against Washington.
That's a trap game.
Next up, we have the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields, 16 of 27, 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Khalil Herbert, man.
Herbert.
Not to get confused with Justin Herbert, but we got Khalil Herbert playing running back for the Bears. 19 rushes, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Allen Robinson, getting a little bit of looks. 7 targets, 4 catches, 53 yards. Cole Kmet, 5 targets, 4 catches, 49. Darnell Mooney, 8 targets, 5 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown.
I'll say this. Justin Fields missed a wide open Allen Robinson probably 3 times where he probably would have scored. The announcers say he goes to his first look, and when that's not there, he'll put his head down and see if there's any running room. Or look, kind of panic. Let me tell you something, Justin. This ain't college. It ain't moving slow like you said. It's fast, man. This is a fast-paced grown man game. Hang in there, man. Hang in there a little bit. Don't just abandon. The Bears have a good team. They have a good defense. They have a good offensive line. They have weapons.
Their offensive line is not good.
I've seen it, man. Herbert looked great.
No. Their offensive line isn't good, man.
Is Herbert great?
No.
I think they're fine.
I'm not going in on Justin Fields. He's too young. He's too fresh. He's too
Who
raw.
said I'm going in? I'm just telling him what's going
No,
on.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it. He's young, man. He's got a lot to learn, and yeah, he's going to struggle. It'll be fun.
My thing is that he's not progressing. It's kind of the same thing every week.
Yeah, man.
I guess the only one that's progressing is really Trevor Lawrence. Mac Jones is looking good too. Zach Wilson's lost in.
Yeah, but those guys are all more NFL ready than Fields, Lance, and even Zach Wilson. I think we knew they would come in and kind of struggle, getting acclimated. But the reason they took him is because if he potentially gets acclimated, he's going to be one of those, really stud quarterbacks.
Yeah, Justin Fields makes me like the Bears.
Yeah, he's just got to learn it, man.
Bear down.
You got a long way out on there. What's next, man?
Did you say the score?
Yeah.
What was it?
24-14.
The Pack?
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else to say.
Let's move on then.
Hey, I can't do that. Let's go with another doozy. The Los Angeles Rams versus the New York Giants.
Yeah.
This game was not close, wasn't good. All the early games were kind of blowouts. The Rams take this one 38-11. Oh, mama, there goes that man again. Let's go to the Ram. Matt Stafford, 22 of 28, 251 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Darrell Henderson, 21 carries, 78 yards, a touchdown. Receiving, Cooper Kupp, 12 targets, 9 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Higbee, 5 catches, 36 yards. Bobby Woods, 5 targets, 2 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Darrell got one on the air, too, man. That guy's an aeroplane.
Cooper Kupp's a freak.
Yeah, he's one of those freak boys.
Why is he so gosh darn good?
He's like the modern-day Wes Welker.
He's big guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
He looks little to me.
I think he's about 6'2".
Whenever I look at Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, they just look small, like small people to me.
I think Kupp's bigger than Woods. I think Kupp's 6'2".
He's got one of them beards going.
Yeah, he's getting a little rough patched.
I think that's the difference, man.
He's just good. I don't know.
This is giving me... he wasn't as good. What was it, 2 years ago? He was freak. He scored like 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
12 touchdowns.
Last year he had over 1,000 yards and like 6 touchdowns. It wasn't like this.
No, he had like 900 yards and 9 touchdowns.
Okay.
But the year before that, he was real good. Or is that the injury year? I don't know, but this is like that year, plus he's getting a lot of yards. He was scoring a lot of touchdowns then. He was like their goal line dude. But now he's doing everything from 20 to 20, everything from sideline to sideline, everything from sea to shining sea. That guy's doing it all, man.
I'm just trying to figure out what makes him so good. I guess he's just so good at everything. He's got great hands. He's a good route runner. It seems like
he's a good blocker too.
He's always open. I don't know if it's kudos to McVay and like what he does. Obviously, I'm sure some of it is. But like, is Cooper Kupp like an elite receiver? Like, is he one of these guys that are like, you can put him on any team and he's like a freak now, or is it more of like
I don't know,
a product of the system and Cooper Kupp being good?
I think it's that one. It's
Okay.
a product of the system, and Cooper Kupp's good. I don't know if he'd be this good on other teams.
Like,
where did he go to school? Eastern Washington?
Yeah.
It's so weird, man.
But do you consider him an elite receiver though? Like, is he one of those guys that are now like in that territory?
Like not fantasy wise?
Yeah, like a real life.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you not agree?
No, I think you have to now. I'm just trying to figure out like what makes him elite. And I guess it's everything. Everything that he does just makes him a great player. He's open and does good things.
Yeah, Darrell continues to score. Stafford, they didn't have to do much. You know what I mean?
Darrell Henderson is my number 1 buy in fantasy. You go trade for him. He's probably going to be expensive, but buy high. Go get him right now.
All right, let's go to the Giants. Daniel Jones.
Sure.
Dan Jones.
Yeah, he went Daniel Jones.
He went Danny Jones on this one.
No, he went Daniel.
All right. He's coming off a head injury, so I'm not holding it against him. 29 of
Yeah,
51, 242, 3 picks. Sheesh. Devontae Booker, 12 carries, 41 yards. Daniel Jones had 3 picks and 2 fumbles lost.
Golly, man.
Man, looks like we're reverting back to times that weren't so pretty for Daniel.
Yeah, he's buns.
Sterling Shepard, 14 targets, 10 catches, 76 yards. Dante Pettis, 11 targets, 5 catches, 48 yards. Kadarius Toney, 3 targets, 3 catches, 36 yards. Yeah, did he get hurt?
Yeah,
Tony?
he's bad.
He's bad?
Yeah, 'cause he had his ankle injury last week. They decided to play him in this one, and it got a lot worse. It's serious.
Mm-hmm.
You should have just sat him out, man. Let the guy heal up. The rest of your other team's hurt, and they're sitting out.
I think it's pretty evident that these guys need Saquon back.
These guys need a new head coach. These guys need a new quarterback. These guys need a new GM. This whole...
You don't like Dave Gettleman?
No.
You don't like Joe Judd?
No. I used to think he's okay, but now I don't like him at all.
You don't like Jason Garrett?
Heck no. I don't like anything about the Giants at all. Remember I said against the Saints, I was like, okay, now they're legit. And then now they're coming back to where we normally see the Giants team that stinks.
They also lost a lot of people.
And they also stink.
I don't know if the game's like this, if Saquon's there, Kenny Galladay's there.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
It is.
I don't know that.
It is, man, for sure.
Because Saquon brings that, balance.
Does he, though? I mean,
Yeah,
this
he can
team
run the ball.
I mean, this team stinks, man. Like, their offensive line stinks. Their defense has been horrible this year. I mean, I don't know. Daniel Jones stunk.
Should we call him the New York Dwarfs?
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or the New York Sewer Bottoms. They might have to be the Skid Row Giants.
No, man.
That might be my NFC Skid Row.
No, man.
Why?
Because the Skid Row's on the West Coast.
Yeah, well, Skid Row Dolphins.
Yeah, that's in... Yeah, but Florida has a Skid Row somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, 90% of it's Skid Row.
You can call them the Subway Chasers, the Subway Surfer Giants.
No, they're leaning towards Skid Row Giants.
What about the Street Pigeon Giants?
Yeah, maybe.
Because those are like
I'm going to call them the Bird Poop Giants.
That's fine.
Because there's a lot of birds in there.
We'll see what the status for Saquon is.
Stinks, man.
Hey, he does not stink.
The Giants stink.
Hey, don't talk about the Soggy Bottom Boys like that.
I'm going to go Bird Dog.
All right, let's go to the next one, dude.
Next up, we have Kansas City Chiefs 31, Washington 13. We'll head on over to the Chiefs. 32 of 47, 397 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks for Patrick Mahomes. Darrell Williams filling in for the injured Clyde Edwards. 21 carries, 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, 11 targets, 8 catches, 92 yards. Tyreek Hill, 12 targets, 9 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 6 targets, 3 catches, 46 yards, a touchdown. And little Mecole Hardman, 4 catches, 62 yards, and a fumble. What do you got on that end for the Chiefs?
I just want to say that Patrick Mahomes had a statement saying that if the ball hits your wide receiver's hands and gets picked, it shouldn't count against quarterbacks.
Sure.
Hey, we're not going to reverse history just for you to make your stats look better, Patrick. Yeah, the picks aren't your fault all the time. But, we can't do that, all right? So, the picks weren't really your fault. You're doing all right. You're still a great quarterback. Darrell Williams did a fine job filling in. He might be better than little guy. I'm not sure. Jury's still out. Something just came loose. Travis Kelce did his thing. Tyreek Hill did his thing. I mean, I wish, Mecole got in there. there's not much to go on with the Chiefs, man. They're the same dang thing. They're going to be good at the end of the season. They're fine. People are overreacting. I overreacted about Patrick Mahomes' picks. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek. He's fine. The Chiefs are fine. They need to work on their defense. That's for dang sure. That's what they need to focus on. So, yeah, that's the Chiefs for you. Thank you for listening. And I'm ready to go.
Washington, Tyler Heineke, 24 of 39, 182 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. J.D. McKissick, 8 carries, 45 yards. Antonio Gibson, 10 carries, 44 yards, and a fumble. McKissick out here, 10 targets, 8 catches, 65 yards. Ricky Seals with the big touchdown, 6 targets, 4 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 8 targets, 4 catches, 28 yards.
Taylor Heine's Heineke. He is who we thought he was.
Hey, come on, man.
He is who we thought he was.
Settle down over there, man.
He's a backup, man.
Come on, man. Give him a chance, man. Would you?
I've given him, 6 weeks, dog.
Come on, man. He's only had a couple games
A
to
boy
play,
can
man.
only give that guy that many chances, man, and he's just, he's trouncing it, man. He's a good story. I'm sure he's a fine human, but man, he ain't a good quarterback.
Yeah, I'm upset, actually. There's two things I'm upset about. This was Sean Taylor's retirement day.
Yeah, and Jackson Mahomes was dancing on the logo.
And I'm very upset that they came out here and they dropped one of these egg knockers on their own heads, man. I'm upset. That's Sean Taylor's day, man. You got to be playing with the chip on your shoulder. That guy means more to football than any of you fools out there playing in the game right now.
You hear me, Riverboat?
But the most disappointing thing to me of all, Kansas City Chiefs defense came in here as historically one of the worst defenses, ranked dead last in points allowed, and you scored 13 points against that defense. 13?
13?
13? What are these guys playing out here? Hopscotch and jump roping? Come on, man. What's happening out here? You see Heine's over here not being able to do anything against a putrid defense. What chance do they have moving forward? There is no chance, man. If they can't do nothing against the Chiefs, they ain't doing nothing against nobody else.
Is Antonio Gibson hurt?
Yeah, he's a little banged up. He's got a little...
shin splints.
Yeah. Hey, I mentioned in the past podcast, Jarrett Patterson, if you want to get one step ahead, man.
1 carry, 5 yards, baby.
Hey, if Antonio Gibson's out, man, he's getting the rock, man.
He's a little too short to get on the ride.
Watch what happens. If Gibson sits, Patterson, man, keep your eye out.
I want to air out some dirty laundry from the Mahomes family. I mentioned it. Patrick Mahomes' younger brother,
Dude, just let him live a little bit, man.
Jackson Mahomes, had the audacity to do a TikTok dance on the 21 on the sideline and had no regard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On Sean Taylor?
Yeah, on the 21 on the sideline that was commemorating him.
What was the TikTok?
He did some... God, it's so cringe.
He
dog.
was dancing on it?
Yeah, like it was.
Gosh.
He did like a heart thing, and he did a little bopped it and whopped it and scooped and looped, and I was like, this is the most disrespectful man on the face of the earth right now. He did issue an apology, but you're gonna have to stop TikToking for at least 7 weeks.
I had no idea, and that is an issue. I'm gonna ask for his address, not as a threat. I'm just interested. I've got something to send him in the mail.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, that guy is. He needs to really be removed from TikTok so this doesn't happen again. It'd probably help a lot of people out if he was removed. I'm just kidding. Let him live. He's young. He's doing his thing. He apologized, so no hard feelings. But
we're not disrespecting the late Sean Taylor, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, you better watch where you're stepping next time, man. But anyway, anything else?
That's it for me, man. Let's move it.
Is Scary Terry scaring you?
No, I'm buying Scary Terry.
You're buying in?
Yeah, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He had 8 targets, didn't he?
Yeah. He had 2 deep targets. Should have been touchdowns, but they just barely missed. So he was, one or 2 catches away from having a solid game. I'm not upset. The schedule lightens up. I know this was a great matchup. But like you said, man, sometimes, the Chargers fall flat. Teams fall flat in certain games. So, not worried.
The Washington football team is not the Chargers.
No, but as an example, it's like some teams fall flat in certain games. It happens, you know.
More often for the Washington football team, but let's go to the next game.
Sure.
The Minnesota Vikings versus the Carolina's Panthers. This game went to OT. The Vikings ended up on top 34-28. Let's go to the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, 33 of 48, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Kept his jersey clean, no sacks. Dalvin Cook, 29 carries, 140 yards, a touchdown, and a fumble lost. Alexander Madison, 3 carries, 10 yards.
Come on, man.
Adam Thielen, 13 targets, 11 catches, 126 yards, and a touchdown.
Jakob.
Justin Jefferson, 14 targets, 8 catches, 80 yards. KJ Osborne, 7 targets, 6 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Cockling got in there. 3 catches for 71 yards.
Shoot, man. Let me say this, man.
Oh, Chris Herndon had a
Who
touchdown.
cares about him?
Hey, man, I like touchdown.
Dalvin Cook is freaking good.
Dalvin Cook is amazing.
He is the best, probably the best running back in the NFL.
I would, I'd have to sit back and think, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Like the stat line you said is a great stat line, but you're not surprised. You're never surprised that Dalvin Cook has crazy games. You look at it you're like, oh, that's Dalvin Cook. And that's on a Minnesota team whose offensive line isn't known for being great, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're never really like a great offensive line, but he's still just like, he's just spectacular, man. He's got everything you want in a running back.
I will say, if Alexander Madison had 29 carries, he would have that stat line.
Well, I don't care. We're not doing
without
that.
the fumble lost.
We're not doing that, man. Quit it.
Man.
Cut it out.
It's more than a Thielen.
Yeah, I'd say, man.
White boys make some noise. There's a recipe on this Vikings team. We've said it before. They got them boys, and they go. And they're, they might be sneaky good, Like they, you don't really pay attention to the record, but they could be a good team and make the playoffs.
Hey, I predicted them in the playoffs. Remember, I said they're my bounce back team of the year, man.
I don't recall, but
Come on, man.
I'll rewind the tapes, man.
Yeah.
The basement tapes.
Pull it up, man. I got that KJ Osborne for the game winner on that one.
Oh man, what was the bold prediction for the Vikings?
Mine?
Yeah,
That they would bounce back and have a top 5 defense and make the playoffs.
make the Viking noise if you can.
Jordan?
Very good. You still got it, man. I believe you.
I'm still playing the game,
Let's
man.
go to the Carolina Panthers, man. Sam Darnold, 17 of 41. PU. 207, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Chuba Hubbard, 16 carries, 61 yards, a touchdown. Darnold had 48 yards on the ground. DJ Moore, 13 targets, 5 catches, 73 yards. Ian Thomas, 1 catch, 41 yards. Robbie Anderson, 11 targets, 3 catches, 11 yards, 1 touchdown. He had probably like 5 or 6 drops. Yeah, they're coming back to earth like the meteor that took out the dinosaurs, man. They're coming back hard. Reality is hard, man, for, Darnold and the Panthers. I mean, I know Chuba is not Christian McCaffrey. I don't even think he's Mike Davis.
What does that have anything to do with it?
I don't know if he's that, like...
It's not him. It's Darnold and the defense. This defense was... I mean, they started 3-0, top-ranked defense in the league ever since. The last 3 games are 0-3, and they've given up 30-plus points in each of those games.
Against good matchups, man.
They have great matchups. I know. There's tough defenses. Hey, luckily for them, they don't face a good quarterback until like mid-November, which is Kyler. So maybe this next couple weeks will get right. But Sam Darnold, man, he stinks.
They ain't getting right, yeah, because you just said it. Sam Darnold stinks, man, and you know it hurts me and it hurts the boys. You know,
I wouldn't trust Sam Darnold at my Naval Academy if I was one of them Navy.
I
winners.
wouldn't trust Sam Darnold as my babysitter.
Wow.
That's how
tough,
much
huh?
he's starting to really, really grind my gears and really, poke the bear a little bit.
Would you not trust him because you feel unsafe with him around your kid, or just?
I wouldn't trust him because he's irresponsible with that
Okay.
ball, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm afraid he might throw the pigskin and hit the kid in the head.
Yeah, it's irresponsible of him.
And make him go to sleep, man. You're not supposed to go to sleep with a head injury.
Chuba Hubbard is not McCaffrey, but he's solid, man. He's got juice.
My question is, why aren't they using him like the Mike Davis, like the
Watch out.
passing downs? Let's see.
Matt Rule has mentioned he doesn't want to use Sam Darnold anymore. He's going to rely on Chuba Hubbard.
He had 3 targets for 1 catch and 4 yards.
I'm betting.
That's not Mike Davis, and that's not Christian McCaffrey.
I don't know what the target line is for Chuba in Week 7, but I'm betting the over, no matter what it is.
Chuba Hubbard, I don't think was known for catching the ball
Yeah,
in
he
college.
is.
Was he?
He can do it all, man. Yeah.
Chuba this and Chuba that.
Watch out, man. He's going to get dangerous.
Man, I'm gonna say it, man. I think the Carolina Panthers ship has sailed.
Hey, come on, man. Settle down.
I don't think a Stephon Gilmore is gonna, super glue this back together, man. Robbie's got some real mental issues.
Come on, man.
Darnold seeing ghosts, like I said. Who did he see this week? He probably saw a little bit of, Xavier Rhodes. He saw. Who else is?
Come on, man.
Who's
What's the defensive tackle?
Antoine Bethea?
Who's that big defensive tackle? Legendary? Randall?
Oh,
John Randall.
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
Probably
yeah.
saw a little bit of him.
Who was that linebacker?
Chad Greenway.
He was one. What's his name? Eric?
Eric Bieniemy.
Shoot, I forget, man. But DJ
Yeah,
DJ Moore's their coolest player.
I'm sure the Vikings had some really good, stellar.
Oh, for sure. We're just
I can't just
stupid.
think of them right now, man. The purple people eaters, man.
We're going DUM.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Cleveland Brown Sox.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll head on over. We got the Cardinals 37, the Browns 14. Kyler Murray, 20 of 30, 229 yards, 4 touchdowns. James Conner, 16 rushes, 71 yards. Chase Edmonds, 4 carries, 46. AJ Green, 6 targets, 5 catches, 79 yards, a touchdown. Christian Kirk, 8 targets, 5 catches, 75 yards, a touchdown. And D-Hop, 4 targets, 3 catches, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns. How you feeling about this Cardinals team against the Browns?
It was a good performance, but I'm still not sold that this is a Super Bowl team or even a conference winner. Kyler's good. Kyler's really dang good.
He's darn good, yeah.
The run game's okay. They got a lot of weapons. I just don't know what it is, man. I can't just fully invest into this Cardinals team. I don't know if it's Kyler. I don't know what it is, if it's Cliff Kingsbury. I think their defense is really good. They're fast at all levels. They got J.J. Swat in there. They got
Byron Murphy has been the best
what's his
lockdown.
Jordan Hicks,
Mm.
Buda Baker,
Yeah.
Zaven Collins, Isaiah Simmons,
All right.
Richie Incogluto,
Man, put him there at a safety.
Lito Shepard, dog.
I'll tell you what, man. Arizona went on the road here without their head coach, their assistant coaches, their best pass rusher, and Chandler Jones. And they laid down the unholy beatdown on the Browns.
They sure did, man. And the I'm not going to say poor Browns anymore.
Someone check on Baker Mayfield, man.
Yeah, he looks like he was in the porta potty and someone pushed it over and the poop juice is engulfed in him.
Someone's about to get that torch and light it up.
Ah, man, the Jankum stain.
I mean, shoot, man. They tore him up, man. They were beating him up. His left arm, looked like he got attacked by a grizzly bear. Holding no remorse. Mangled.
So did Odell's. Shoulder got hurt.
I'll tell you what, man. Either the Browns aren't who they thought they were, or the Cardinals are straight up contenders. You know, this
Are
Browns.
you sold on the Cardinals?
What am I thinking about, man?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
I have the Cardinals and the Bills in the Super Bowl, and I'm sticking to it all the way through, man. Write it down, staple it.
It's fair.
But Chase Edmonds a little banged up. Get back in it, man.
Yeah, get back on it. Get down on it.
Let's head on over
Get
to the.
down on it.
All right, down boy. Let's head on over to the Browns. Baker Mayfield, 19 to 28, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 5 sacks, and a distorted left arm. Kareem Hunt, 14 attempts, 64 yards. Donovan Peoples-Jones looked freaky. He knocked some guy over. 4 catches, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Odell looked pretty good. 8 targets, 5 catches, 79 yards. That's about it, man. Not too much noise on that end.
Kareem's out. He's on the
Kareem is
IR.
hurt.
His calf is distorted.
It looked bad, man. I thought it was Achilles because he got carted out. He was hanging on there.
Baker Mayfield, more like Baker Mayflower.
Hey, come on, man. We're not gonna
Because
bring
that
up.
ship has sailed.
Yeah, that was actually clean, man. I'll give you that.
Thanks, man. Christopher Columbus didn't really find this place, man.
No, he's somewhere out there in Cleveland, Ohio.
Shout out Sacagawea for taking Lewis and Clark to the Western Hemisphere.
I'll tell you what, man. There were probably already people over there before they were over there.
The Karankawa were fishing before the fishermen were fishing.
Yeah, the Talik Tulik were already out there playing board games.
You know why they have the Kickapoo Indians in Missouri?
Why is that?
They invented the game of soccer with poop.
Oh, I like that. Kick a poop.
Yeah, it's Kickapoo.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Make it a little more appropriate.
Yeah, PC.
So what do you have on over here for the Cleveland Browns?
Man, I got a lot of things, man. I think Baker's not very good.
No, he ain't, man.
It's sad that, it's now, because they're playing Thursday, that Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So who's the guy you said, Dearness Johnson
Dearness
to pick up?
Johnson is a guy to keep an eye out on.
But Felton is not.
He's a little third down guy. He'll have some
trust
catches.
I'm to be honest with you, I'm not going to pick up either.
I don't think you should. They're difficult matchups against Denver and then Pittsburgh the next 2 weeks, and then I'm thinking Chubb's back by then. So
And I'm thinking if Odell's out, man, it's Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I like him, dude.
Pick him up.
I like Anthony Schwartz, and I like Donovan Peoples-Jones a lot. He's a big dude, and he trucked some guy, and I was like, dang, this guy is the real one.
Is he the dude from Michigan?
He is the dude from Michigan. He's got
Donovan for the Peoples!
He's got loads of talent. They should trade Odell and let him play Odell's role.
I agree they should trade Odell to a contender.
Yeah, they should trade him to like Memphis.
Memphis. Oh, Tennessee?
No,
The Grizzlies?
no.
The Grindhouse?
Yeah.
The Krakens?
Yeah, he needs to get some of that grindhouse, man. They'll teach him how to be a man.
I think if he should go to Green Bay.
No, man.
What happened to Amari Rodgers?
What do you mean, man? It's a wait and see approach, man. Let him sit out this year, let him play a little, and then
What?
they'll get him going.
You want Odell to sit out?
No, you said Amari Rodgers.
Oh, let's go back to Odell then.
All right.
Where would he be good at?
I'm not sure, man. There's not really like a contender that really needs an Odell, honestly.
I think the Bills.
No, the Bills are fine, man.
Dude, no one wants to catch the ball from Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley's underrated, man. He does his job.
He's a good player.
I mean, like, I'm thinking, like, Pittsburgh's good, fine. Baltimore, Philly, maybe. Maybe Philly can give him, like, a 4th-round pick.
They already got Devontae.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Let's move on from that. I don't know if Odell's going to play Thursday. Yeah, I guess we got to... Nah, we can do that later.
Let's move on.
All right, let's do that thing. Is it my turn? Yo, I'm about to skirt this one because this one's a nasty game. This one was a wild one, man. This one had my head standing up on its ears. The Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots. We were down in Foxborough, man. This game went into overtime. The Cowboys...
That's a good one, man.
What?
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
What'd you say?
I said you skipped a game.
Oh, I did?
But it's okay, man. Continue, please. I didn't mean to.
Which one? The Broncos are on the top for me.
All right.
Where was I?
Cowboys, Patriots.
Cowboys came out on top 35-29, just a wild, wild game. I think there was 2 touchdowns in 12 seconds or something weird.
Really?
Yeah, the 76-yard play, and then
Oh,
the pick
yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of stats to be had. For the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, 36 of 51, 445 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Zeke had 17 carries for 69 yards. Tony Pollard, 10 carries for 41. CeeDee Lamb, 11 targets, 9 catches, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dalton Schultz, 5 catches, 79. Amari, 5 catches, 55. Zeke, 7 catches, 50. Blake Jarwin got in the end zone, man.
Sure did, man. Is Dak Captain America?
Dak is Captain Dak.
America's team. Captain America. Dak Prescott. 444 passing yards were the most that Bill Belichick's ever given up.
445.
What'd I say?
44?
Well, they're the most points or yards that Belichick's has ever given up, man.
That's quite the accomplishment. And to be honest with you, I think the Cowboys are more of a Super Bowl team than the Cardinals to me.
Yeah, that would be one heck of a NFC champion game.
I tell you what, man, someone would have to fall asleep there.
Someone's going to have to write the script on that.
Yeah, the script's already been written. But yeah, the Cowboys are just very, 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 very efficient on offense, man. No matter what they need to do to get a first down, they can do it, man. Short, quick, intermediate, long, run, screen, anything. They're just good at everything, every facet of offense. And the thing that gives me, the outlook of a Super Bowl is that man on defense, Trevon Diggs. You need that big play guy. And if he's making big plays, that hypes up the defense. It's getting people going. And Randy Gregory is getting to people faster than anyone on earth right now, man. He's getting to that quarterback, and he's corralling him like a sheepdog in the cattle rear.
Yeah, 32 first downs, man. You mentioned they get it off any way they want to get it.
They can get it off, man.
Kellen Moore, man. He's dangerous. He knows what he's doing with them offensive game plans. Every week, man, it seems like he's sitting in front of his TV. He's mapping it out. He knows what to do, when to do it. Genius of a guy. I think he's going to be, if he ever gets a chance, man, he'll be a great head coach, man, or offensive coordinator. Give him something, man. Get him out of Dallas, man. Dallas is...
He's doing a fine job in Dallas.
But he's incredible. I think he's a great offensive coordinator. That's Dallas, man. That's just Dallas,
Yo, Big D.
Yeah, delight.
Let's go to the Patriots, man. Mac Daddy Jones, man. Don't let his demeanor fool you. 16 of 21, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. Damian Harris, 18 carries, 101 yards, a touchdown. Rashawn Stevenson, 5 carries, 23 yards, and a tut. Kendrick Bourne, he did a lot with a little. 2 targets, 1 catch, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Jacoby, 5 catches, 44 yards. Stevenson, man, 39 yards receiving. Hunter Henry had 2 catches for 25 yards and a touchdown. It's weird to see, man. They kept the game close the whole time, man. Their defense must be pretty proud. Because I'm not seeing a lot of things, except for the running game, look good.
Come on, man. They did it well.
They did it well, man. Mac Jones is growing up, man.
They've been playing good teams well. Tampa, Buffalo, now Dallas. They're playing good games out here. Overtime against a potential Super Bowl team, man.
25-23 against the Texans, man.
Yeah, I'll hold them to it, man.
They play up to their opponent.
And down to their opponents as well. You mentioned that in the past one. But it's just a funny thing, man. It's weird how that is.
Mac Jones was a child actor.
Really?
Now he's the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots.
What was he acting on?
I think he was in Power Rangers or something.
Was he Full House?
No, he's a little kid, man. He was really a child actor.
Really?
Yeah, like no joke.
Shoot, I could see that. That's not a surprise, really.
Yeah, he's got one of them faces for radio.
He's got one of them bellies for a Sunday couch sitter.
You ever seen him with his shirt off and a cigar in his mouth?
I have.
That guy makes me want to be a true blue American.
He's built like a pumpkin, man.
Yeah, he's built like a monster mash.
But he's doing the darn thing, man. I'll give him that.
All right.
Next up, Sunday night showdown. Nah, I lied. We're going over to the Denver.
Oh, say it ain't so. Whoa.
We're going on over to the Las Vegas Raiders 34. Denver Broncos 24.
Yes. The saga continues of our regression back to just a very average team.
I want to talk about the Raiders real quick.
Yeah, get into that, man. Let's keep the spotlight off the Broncos.
Given all that the Vegas Raiders have gone through the last week, with John Gruden getting outed, this was one of the most impressive victories of this season. Losing your head coach, everything mentally you have to deal with. It's like losing, someone in your family, having to adjust to it, not having John Gruden in your ear. It's just a lot to overcome, and they came out and they played well. Derek Carr, 18 to 27, 341 yards, 2 touchdowns, 19 yards per completion. That's a lot. That's big time. Josh Jacobs, 16 attempts, 53 yards, a touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 4 carries, 34 yards, a touchdown. We see Henry Ruggles, 3 catches, 97 yards, a touchdown. Brian Edwards, 4 targets, 2 catches, 67 yards. Darren Waller, 5 catches, 59 yards. Kenyon Drake also added a 39-yard receiving day and a touchdown.
I've got a few things I want to say.
Please share.
John Gruden might be gone, but he's not there's still a Gruden on this team. His son, Deuce Gruden.
Really? Is this real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength and conditioning coach. He's about 5'4". Meathead of all meatheads. He eats all day long and he works out all day long. People on the Raiders staff aren't sure if he knows his father was fired. So he's just doing his job and working out, man. He's just keeping his head down. So we still got a Gruden in the family, man. So don't, the candle's still lit, if you will. And also I want to say, the Broncos had a piss-poor performance. When Kenyon Drake averages more than 3 yards a carry, that's unacceptable. The Broncos look like they bagged it in after a while, man. It just, when it rains, it pours, man. This has been a snowball effect, man. It started small, now we're in an avalanche zone, dude.
Yeah, they gave up a ton of big plays. A lot of big yardage plays. I mean, the Raiders only had the ball for 25 minutes, but had 426 yards of total offense. Only 16 first downs. They just didn't need to do too much. They just gave up the big play.
Yeah,
and,
Vic Fangio's got to go.
That kind of, set them back, playing from behind the whole second half.
We're going to have to clean house. Vic's got to go. We need an offensive-minded coach. We need new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. We need to just clean out the closet, man. Too many skeletons in there. I'm tired of this, man. It hurts. It's painful because we can see flashes of potential like we say every week, man. We see at the end of the game, We start to put up a little bit of a fight, but it's too little, too late, and I'm tired of this, man. Vic, go get your fanny pack and hit the door, man.
Teddy Bridgewater, 35 of 49, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, 5 sacks. Javonte Williams, 11 carries, 53 yards. Melvin Gordon, 10 carries, 50. Even split. Noah Fant, 11 targets, 9 catches, 97 yards, a touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 14 targets, 8 catches, 94 yards, a touchdown. Tim Patrick, 6 targets, 3 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown.
Chalk.
Cheating.
Like I said, man, most of these stats are from halfway through the third quarter to the end of the game. We need to be doing this aggressive. Get in there, get out. And I want to see More of Javonte Williams. Noah Fant needs to run a little more. I say this every week, man. I'm not going to really beat a dead horse because the Broncos are right now looking like a dead horse, and we're not going to beat it anymore. I think, they've kind of given up on Vic. He's living in the past, man. He's too old school. We need new, innovative thoughts. We need forward thinking. We can't be living in the Stone Age anymore. It's 2021. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. You guys know how I feel. I'm still riding it out. I'm ride or die. I do think the Broncos will win Thursday night, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we'll get that one coming to you guys on later in the week.
No, we have to do it today.
What's your prediction for that one? Cleveland versus Denver Thursday night.
28-23 Broncos.
Ooh. Is that because Cleveland's shorthanded?
I think it's in Denver, right?
I don't think it is, no.
Because Cleveland doesn't have their running backs. I think they'll play inspired, man. We can't lose this game, man. I think both the teams are 3-3.
Okay.
It's like a huge game. It can make the rest of the season. So I think it's like kind of like a must win in terms of our morale.
Do we see Drew Lock pretty soon?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I'm not going to speak on it. I'd like to see a change, but I don't think the change is going to help unless the play calling is changed as well.
Okay.
We got to put gas in the tires.
All right.
Did you have anything you want to say on the Bronco?
No, I think they are who we thought they were, man.
We let them off the hook.
Yeah. Honestly, we couldn't expect anything much different.
Yeah, we could.
It's not like we came in here thinking, oh, Teddy's going to, carry this team. He's going to come in here and he's going to be a great quarterback. He's just not. He's just an average, good backup quarterback. They need to find a franchise quarterback that they haven't found since, gosh darn, Peyton Manning in 2013.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's the missing link, man. Their defense stinks, but that's because their offense stinks.
You better watch out because Ronald Darby's going to come for you. Darby's back, man.
No,
that's the reason we stink.
He got dunked, yeah.
He's
looking like the Philadelphia...
Put Patrick back in there.
He's looking like the Philadelphia...
Fuller looks like...
Dude, come on, man.
Fuller looks like he's in a cast member in Fuller House, not a football player.
All right, what's next, man?
Yo, Uncle Joey's still around. Looks like we got the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game was a Sunday night matchup. Went into overtime. It was kind of a wonky game. The Steelers came out on top 23-20. Let's go to the Seahawks, man. Geno Smith's back in it, man. He's back in action, man. I feel like a kid in a china shop. Geno Smith, 23 of 32, 209, a touchdown. Alex Collins, 20 carries, 101 yards, a touchdown. DK Metcalf, 7 targets, 6 catches, 58 yards. Gerald Everett, 2 catches, 40 yards. Tyler Lockett, 2 catches, 35. Disley caught a touchdown pass. Geno Smith was serviceable. Towards the end of the game, when the Seattle was trying to tie the game, this is pretty crazy. He threw a pass to DK. They had less than 10 seconds. DK caught the ball. He could have ran out of bounds. He decided to face up the defender and run at him. The defender punched the ball out. The ball was free, but Seattle got it, and whoever recovered the fumble did a heads-up play and immediately took it and placed it down instead of giving it to the ref. Because time would have expired, but they had a chance to spike it and kick the field goal. But DK, after he fumbled, just kind of stood there. He looked like an idiot with his pants down, man. He looked like someone that peed in the urinal with his shorts below his ankles.
I think it was TJ Watt, wasn't it, that punched it out?
No, this was DK Metcalf. Tried to.
No, TJ Watt punched the ball out?
He did that earlier in the game, and he also stripped Geno for the win.
Yeah, okay. Never mind that.
But this was like at the very end of regulation. But, you know, I don't know if you have anything to say on the Seahawks.
No, I think Alex Collins looked good. He's done a good job filling in for Chris Carson. He's banged up. It looks like Rashad Penny will be back this week. He might be someone to look out for if Collins is out and Carson are out. If he can come in and kind of show what he's worth, man, a former first-round pick, maybe he'll get some work. And that's about it, man.
Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlischild. 29 of 40, 229 with touchdown. Najee Harris, 24 carries, 81 yards. Deontay Johnson, 13 targets, 9 catches, 71 yards. Freiermuth, 7 catches, 58 yards. Najee, 6 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Oh, Eric Ebron got a vulture touchdown rushing. Chase Claypool, 2 catches, 7 yards on 7 targets. I just want to say the MVP for the Steelers was T.J. Watt. The cooler Watt.
Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year, man.
Something's happening here.
2 sacks, game-winning forced fumble. He's just that guy, man. He does it, man.
Najee Harris had 30 touches, man.
Yeah, that's usual.
That guy's a big boy.
But yeah, I mean, nothing out of the ordinary, honestly. I mean, he's just one of those guys. He gets the volume. He does good things with it. Disappointing from Claypool in this game. I think, with Juju out, he's kind of called upon. He had a few drops, a few penalties, I think, on himself. So we got to see more out of Claypool moving forward for the Steelers. I know they won, but they're going to ask him to step up. And Freiermuth had a solid game. He looks good. That's pretty much about it. Not much to this game. It's low scoring. Kind of a slugfest, a lot of rushing,
Yeah, this was like a snail mail game.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, man. Wasn't too much going on out there. It was an interesting game, though. I mean, a few highlight plays and stuff. We'll see, man. I think the Seahawks might be a little bit in trouble without Russell Wilson, obviously. So.
Yeah. Geno ain't gonna do it, man.
He ain't it, yeah. I mean, he's looked fine. He's a good backup, but he's not.
Genosaurus Rex.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him that Genocide.
Yeah, man, because he's killing that team.
Yeah, I agree. All right, what do we have next, man? We got that Monday night, huh?
Monday.
Wow, what a game we had on Monday, man.
Yes, sir.
We got Tennessee 34, Buffalo Bills 31.
Ooh, upset in the Music City Bowl.
Yeah, man, we had it all in this game. 7 lead changes, a goal line stand from Tennessee at the end of the game. Derrick Henry going nuts on it. Just a kind of trap game for the Bills, but Tennessee had a solid game, man. But we'll get into the Bills. Josh Allen, 35 of 47, 353 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 26 yards rushing.
Oh, Tony Saragusa.
Devin Singletary, 5 carries, 27 yards. Emmanuel Sanders leading the way with 8 targets, 5 catches, 91 yards. Stephania Diggs, 11 targets, 9 catches, 89 yards, a touchdown. Cole Beasley.
Be easy, baby.
Cole Beasley, 9 targets, 7 catches, 88 yards, a touchdown. Dawson Knox, 3 catches, 25 yards, and an injury. Should be out a few weeks.
Ooh, that not good.
That good.
Yeah. Buffalo Bills, man. Josh Allen show. A little bit of running sprinkled in there. They're just going to throw that dang ball and use running when they can. It was kind of heartbreaking that Josh Allen slipped on that little sneaker. He needs
Gutsy call, man, because they could have kicked the field goal to tie it, right?
We ain't doing that in Buffalo, man.
I like it. I like the call, but I mean, if you don't get it, this down the line, this game might be costly for Buffalo. Not for playoffs. They'll make the playoffs, but in terms of like home field, we'll look back. They missed it by 1 game because of this Tennessee game. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was a fun game, man. We saw a lot out of this game. Abandoning the run game, like you said, we're gonna see Josh Allen, throw it around to his main three guys against that poor Tennessee secondary. But yeah, I mean, I think Buffalo's fine. Just one of those games.
Yeah, and then, I mean, we'll get to...
You want to get into Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's head on over, man. We got Tannehill, 18 of 29, 216 yards a pick. Derrick Henry, 20 attempts, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tannehill also ran a touchdown in. A.J. Brown, 9 targets, 7 catches, 91 yards. Julio Jones, 5 targets, 3 catches, 59 yards. And he left a little bit early.
Yeah, it's the hamstring again.
Ah, man. Dude can't even get that healthy stick on him, man.
I can't get the healthy stick, man.
It's not fair on it.
Well, what do we have here? Looks like the usual suspect. Derrick Henry. He looked unstoppable again. He's King Henry. There's no debating. He is a great running back. I'm going to bite my tongue a little bit, but yeah, he did his thing. He won this game. Tannehill stinks. That it's just a Derrick Henry game, man. He shows up when the lights are bright. Hit that 76-yard touchdown. I think it was the fastest speed clock this year for a 6'4", 240-something pound man. That's pretty incredible. But he was throwing people. He was juking people. He was cutting hard, and he was running over people. So he did it all. I could say a lot more, but, I'm going to leave it at that, man. You have to give credit where credit's due, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Hey, everybody. Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Tallying touchdowns and tossing defenders. That's what he does.
Tarleton.
He's out here, man. He only saw 20 attempts, but he made the most of it, 7 yards a carry. You mentioned the big run. He got up to 21.8 miles an hour.
Holy shards.
And that's a big guy, man. That's like a hippo, chasing its, prey. He's getting up there in speed. He's a ginormous human being. And he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. Not going to talk about his skill, not going to talk about his talent. But he produces, you know what I mean? Even up against this great Buffalo defense, it didn't matter to him. You take anyone on, any opponent on, and he'll come out with a good game. It's just what he did, what he does. A.J. Brown, he didn't really get involved till later in the game when they kind of needed him. Been a disappointing year from such a, highly looked upon receiver in the league. They need to get him more involved early and often. I know Tannehill is not the best. He kind of struggled early and often. But we need to see A.J. Brown out there, man. He's good. He's their best receiver if Julio's out. And we need to expect more of him moving forward.
Bring Marcus Mariota back to Tennessee.
I am a fan of that. I think Mariota's good.
I think he is too, man.
And he can move, man.
He can move and he can throw that ball, man. Tannehill stinks.
Yeah, he looked not very good. He missed a lot of throws.
He stinks, dude. He's not even average anymore. He's below average.
He's been bad, yeah. He has been bad, I'll say that. We'll have to see him. I mean, we got a lot of football. It was a tough Buffalo defense. But Derrick Henry is just, he's a one-man
He's matchup proof, man, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him go against the Tampa Bay.
I'd like to see him on the Jets.
I think he's the only person that could go toe-to-toe with Vita Vea.
No, there's no way.
Because he broke a tackle from Star Latulier, who's basically the same human.
No, Vita Vea is short. He's got that
he doesn't wear gloves
center
either.
of gravity.
Did you see that video of him trying to take off his jersey after the game?
Yeah. Hey, man, football players know the struggle, man.
No, man, he needs to get a bigger jersey.
Yeah, probably. That's probably one. But
he needs to trade. He needs to trade in that XXXL for an XXXXL.
I think he should just wear a sweater vest instead of a jersey.
That'd probably be easier to get off.
He'd look better doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that's it for me, man, unless you got something you want to add.
Well, I just want to go back to the Thursday night game this week.
Okay.
What's your prediction?
What do we got?
The Browns and the Broncos.
Huh.
Let me see if it's in Denver, because that might do things.
It's in Cleveland.
Oh, no. I need to go change my score.
I'm taking Denver.
I'm going to go 28-26. Denver.
I'll take Denver too, but I'm gonna go like 23 to 20 Denver.
Is that with Baker?
Yeah, I think Baker's gonna play. But he's beat up, and the running back's beat up, receivers banged up. It doesn't look like Landry will be back. Their defense has given up a lot of points the last few weeks, so I think maybe Denver can come out early, establish the ground game, and their defense will have a solid game just because of the Browns being so banged up. So I'm gonna take them 23-20, Denver.
Good. All right, and that does it for another episode of Forget What You Heard. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you guys, each and every one of you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Peace, love, and happiness.
Bark.
Deuce Gruden.